Good evening, friends. A very warm welcome to you this evening from me, the professor. And let's get this show on the road. So, what do we have this week? So this is going to be the last one for a couple of weeks because I am leaving for my holiday, my vacation, in just 2 days. It's finally come. I finally get to relax just a little bit. And so in 2 days, I'll be leaving. So for the next, until the 28th, I'm back on the 28th of this month. So whatever Sunday is following that, I will be live again. I've put a few timed releases for you. So you're going to have some videos to watch that I've already created, and they will be released over time while I'm away, just to give you something so you don't get too bored while I'm enjoying myself. So what do we have for you this week? What have I done? What have I done this week? What have we been up to? Oh, Crystal, good evening to you. Very good evening. And I'm going to find what we've done. Let's share this screen. I think it's this one. Aha, correct. What do we have? What have I done? What have I done this week? 7 days ago, of course, I put the entire series of the origins of the werewolf out. That was last week. And then I began work on this, the Edgar Thornwood series. I finished it. I finished the final episode of Thornwood. Hopefully, you had a chance to watch that. I truly enjoyed that one. It's completely different. It helped me lead me on a different path. I truly enjoyed creating that. It was great fun. So I was going to release for everyone shortly. Short tale about winter. Then we got the big one, the big reveal, the master. So originally this was going to be a 3-part series, but now it's only 2, simply because they both were so almost an hour long. The second part, which I've finished writing, I've recorded it in the process of editing, is over an hour. It's over an hour long. So it's just going to be a 2-part because it's going to be 2 hours. I think it's long enough for a small series. But yes, hopefully you had a chance to watch that. So again, when you're creating these stories, nothing drives you more than when you're truly enjoying and engaging with the characters that you create. So truly with this one, it's like the character is completely different to any other characters that we've made a series on. Because the master, the character in this vampire or elder series is just so evil. So I don't know why I enjoyed creating it so much. Maybe there's something there, but I definitely enjoyed creating that. Yeah, just check the sound was up. Okay, good. Like I say, I have done the second part. It's over an hour long. The recording is done, the sound is done, and the first 10 minutes of editing is done. So I still have another 50 minutes to do. So it's going to take a couple of days to get it all done. This is the longest part, is editing, especially when it's that long. This was so exciting. I really sort of went a long way out of my comfort zone to create this one. So I know a lot of people watched this first one, and I had some really great comments. So thank you for your comments. Thank you for the feedback. Yes, I understand it's not real. It wasn't really or maybe there was, but we just don't know about it. But in real life, there wasn't really a master. Was he the first vampire? In my universe, he is. For those watching thinking, oh, well, I've seen a story about a vampire that predates a master, but not in the Shadowverse, not in the world or the arc of the Crimson Dawn characters. So within this arc, he is definitely the first one. hopefully that makes some sense. So let's get off. There we go. I'm back. And we have on today. I have a few people on. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Don't forget, give me a shout. Let me know where you're from. Let me know you're on here, so I know where we're coming from. So plans. What's happening on the channel over the next few weeks? You will receive Ember the Red Wolf. Hello. Tubby is on. Hello, Tubby. Haven't seen Tubby for so long. What's happening over these next few weeks? What's happening is you will get the second installment of The Master, the First Vampire. It's coming. It's almost ready. Just editing. Just take a couple of days. It's going to be worth the wait. I can promise you. There's so much going on in this one. I have a bunch of videos that are going to be released while I'm away, because I am flying off on Wednesday, and I have a bunch of videos in installment. James Jackson from Phoenix. Hello, James. Lovely to see you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Love your videos. Thank you so much. I love creating them just for you. I do enjoy. I'm a very selfish person, and I enjoy creating the videos so much. I do get addicted, and I binge create, and because I enjoy. I'm passionate about enjoying and creating new worlds and characters and environments and changing the lore of things to suit. Where are you going on vacation? I am going to Florida in the sun, hopefully. I know there have been a few, the weather out there is not looking good, but apparently by the time I get there, we should be fine. We should be fine by the time we get there. Although I've been there, I go there every year, and we do love a good storm when we're out there. Like a Florida storm, I can tell you. Yes, we will be flying out on Wednesday, and I'm not back until the 28th, so 20 days. I will have my phone and my tablet. I may go live if I have the time. Like instead of Sunday, I said this last week, didn't I? Sunday night in the shadows. How about Sunday night by the pool? Doesn't quite have the same ring, but I'm sure I may just go do a quick one. But there's some videos planned for you. They're not going to leave you alone. I have some videos planned. I put them in plan for you. So some accumulation videos, some new videos. So hopefully you're going to enjoy these stories. So when I come back, the plan is to complete I have the board done, the draft for the Dr. Thorne series, is to complete that and get that in the works. But I wanted to do the master first, because it's something I've been itching to get my teeth into. And so I've managed to write and narrate. Everything's ready. Just the editing, and because it's so long, it's each. What was the first one? Let's just check. Yeah, the first one was 45 minutes, which is still pretty long, and the second one is over an hour. I thought about breaking it into two half-an-hour episodes, but I just want it all in one and get it out there. And it's the pace of it is so good as well. It's such a high-pace story. Mixed. I had great fun mixing mythologies from Scottish and Viking and Norse, vampiric, to try and create a unique story. Often people say to me, "Oh, the history isn't right, or this is not what the mythology is right." Yeah, I know, because I'm trying to create something different. which is why I've had to start putting a disclaimer on the video. I never thought I'd have to do this. Put a disclaimer on the video. Disclaimer saying that the events aren't real. And the history some of the history may have been changed to adapt to the story. So do not use this as a reference for history. I don't know, that is just me. It's pretty self-evident, isn't it, really? You have a story of werewolves and vampires ruled in the Highlands or, you know, native countries, and it's not real. Maybe it's real, but we don't have it archived. We don't have it archived as factual. So, lots in store, but like I say, I do need a break. I haven't had a break since May 23. Non-stop work. It's May 23. So obviously I run this channel, so I enjoy writing the stories, especially for you. And I have something else I do as well, which takes up a lot of my time. And I'm really looking forward to a break, I must admit, to sit and relax. Although, like I say, I'm a binge creator. I suffer highly from ADD. I need to keep doing stuff. I have to consistently workaholic. So while I'm away, I'm going to try and relax. But there's no doubt I'm going to have. I have no doubt whatsoever. Last time I went away, I came up with so many ideas. So this time I know I'm going to come up with so many ideas that I will be able to create a short series to expand the Shadowverse, the Crimson Dawn realm, and create separate stories as well. These will go very, very well. Good. So if you do have any questions or anything you'd like to discuss this evening, don't forget, put it in the comments, or just put in the comments and say hi, because we have Sachin on. So hello, good evening to you, and warm welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are here in the shadows with no plan. Do you have a plan to go live? Nope. It's just 5 minutes before I'm coming on. I'm going to tell you what we're doing because I like this to be real. I don't want it to be fake. I don't want it to be scripted. A story about a supernatural show, which is real, but fans pulled in like a reality show. Okay, so like a show, but somehow, I tell you how that would work. There's this film, you may have seen it, it's called Waxwork. And there's a part in that where they go around the waxworks. They go around and the actual waxworks pull in the people and they relive that. So you could have a similar thing, isn't it? The contestants are being pulled in, or the fans are being pulled in to this realm, this supernatural realm where, you know, they have to survive or they have to come free or something like that. That would be quite unique. Quite a unique story. If you haven't done so already, yes, please like and subscribe. We appreciate your likes. Appreciate your comments so much on the video. Appreciate your subscriptions. Do appreciate it. It does help me. Encourages me as well to create more and better. Although I have dug a deep hole for myself, because every video I do, I try and do the next one a little bit better. So constantly trying to, because it takes longer. It's like the first Vampire or the Master series I'm doing. The stories are 45 minutes, an hour. They used to just be like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And they went up to 30, 35, 40. The last one I did was 45 minutes. And I cut some bits out to maintain the pace. And the last one I just finished today and did 10 minutes of editing was an hour, over an hour. So that first museum has cursed objects that pulls in visitors. Turned and yeah, so like an object. So for example, if you had an Egyptian relic, when they go to see that, you know, and there's no one about, they get pulled in and they are in that timeline. Thomas Waters, love the channel. Thank you so much, my friend. Enjoy your, I am gonna so enjoy my vacation. My plan is to come back at least 20 kilos heavier with the amount of food I'm going to devour when I'm out. At least. Yes, I do. I fully intend to have a great, amazing time. Yes, I will be taking my tablet. So one of those, I can't show you. It's got the pen, and you can just write your notes down, or you can speak your notes into it. Very, very handy. So any ideas, which I know I'm going to get because I suffer from this thing, ADD, where I can't stop. I have to keep going. I have to work. I have to work all the time. I have to create. I have to binge create. I know there's going to be some interesting ideas. For sure. For sure coming away. As I'm laying there in the sun, not the shadows, laying in the sun, the creativity of the sun is going to help me so much. No. I'll probably try and pop on a little bit, but I can't guarantee it. I'm going to try, but I'm going to say no, but I will try. So until the 28th, I will do my best. I will do my best, but I may struggle. I have to come on my phone or my tablet. And of course, it would mean 7 o'clock there is 2 p.m. I'll probably be by the pool. Sunday night by the pool. I'll try and come on live just briefly. Don't work on vacation. Easier said. Whenever I go on vacation, I have to take my tablet, and I always have to do something. And I feel that if I don't go through the day by doing something, my brain is going to explode. I'll do little bits. I'll be back. Raring to go. Focus on gaining those 20 kgs, 100%. Rest your brain, yeah. It's easier said than done. Yeah, if anyone here has the dreaded ADD, and your brain just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. It's like I know these people that can fall asleep within 5-10 minutes. It's like difficult. And then that's the price you pay to try and create as much as possible. And nothing gives me greater pleasure than when the final cut of the video is done and I upload it and it's there for people to see, and I see it on YouTube and I think, done. That's when my brain takes a little bit of a relax and sigh of relief until the next one kicks in and says, right, now we need to do this. What I think what I need like a bunch of shadow people working for me. So there's someone doing the editing while someone's doing something else, doing the uploading or creating the images. So I'm going to put an advertisement out for shadow people wanted. Apply within. A story about a clock. Everyone has their own. Goes down As a countdown to your personal death. My goodness. That could both be terrifying and equally, what's the word I'm looking for? Terrifying and comforting. Because at least you do know how long you have left. Because right now we don't. We don't actually know how long we have left. We could walk out tomorrow or drive the car tomorrow and something happens. We don't know. We don't know. Which is why I truly believe that we need to make the most of everything we do and every single day. Every day that goes by, just do the things we want to do, we enjoy, which is why it's one of the main reasons I started this channel. This channel is one of the reasons I started this channel. I love creating. I love to see the finished product, the creation, the titles. But I'm a big horror enthusiast. You can see here. This is one shelf. And there's another one over here, one over here. And these are literally, some of them, they're not all, but predominantly 95% of these movies are horror movies. So it's really helping me. Where are I? Where do you get your inspiration? This is it. This is literally it. It's the past that you've created within yourself. So what a lifetime of watching horror, reading horror, it really helps me. And then once you, I think as well, how do you create? How you create is you create. It sounds really weird, but when you start creating a story, like for example, the latest saga I've just put out, which is the first vampire or Origins of the Master. This character never existed. This story didn't exist. But because I created a story before this, which led to this character was created for another story. And then once this character was created, I was like, oh, I love this character. I want to create something about them. So one creation leads to another. So when you get on the creating cycle, and stories are abundant. Scott Nosferatu, an amazing, my friend. And what a classic! They just remade that movie, Nosferatu. So from doing, for example, from this last saga, Origins of the Master, there was a couple of instances in here where I made some notes on other ideas that I may carry on or may not. But this is the creation of creation. As you create, you're moving to new ideas and new characters, and then these form new ideas and new characters. You can continuously create forever. I mean, you have to think that majority of what I've been doing for the past maybe 6 months now is literally off the back of the Crimson Dawn. Everything's connected. I really like the idea of connecting everything. A doppelganger who is you from your past helping you change the future. Yes, I'm coming along saying, don't do it this way, do it that way. The other thing, one thing I heard a long time ago, if someone did arrive that was you, maybe from the future or the past, would you listen to them? Would you actually listen to them? Because if we did, we'd be listening to ourselves today. I need to change this, I need to do that. Someone comes along and says, look, you need to do it this way. Would we actually listen? I don't know. What do you think? If you met yourself, if yourself traveled back in time and said to you, you need to listen. I need to tell you this really important information. Would you even listen to them? I don't know. We don't listen to many things. Shadow Inc., a business that supplies stories and news. Yes, Shadow Inc., Shadow Incorporated. Supernatural the things they need. Truly, like I said, I obviously can't give too much away because it's not done yet. No one's seen it apart from me. But the second installment of the origins of the Master, the first vampire. Obviously, I'm mixing mythology, some historic facts, some locational facts, the idea of vampires, etc., and other creatures blend in. Literally, I had no idea how I was going to do this certain thing in the story. I can't say what it is. I don't want to spoil it. But as I was creating and I was in the world of this land, this mythological world, there it was. And that was the creation within creation. A vampire bar called Thirst, a place that brings all beings to the location of vampire enjoyment. That reminds me of I can't remember. It's an Amicus film, and there's that bar of vampire. It's like a normal restaurant or cafe daytime. When nighttime comes, it changes into a bar for vampire, a restaurant for vampires. And the man goes in looking for his sister, and the vampires don't realize he's a man, and they start giving him blood, and he's drinking it. And they pull the curtain down, and the mirror only shows him. And of course, his sister, the vampire, comes in, and I can't remember which Amicus one that was. About human being is that many times we have to make our own mistakes for a lower suspicion. 100% correct. We do. Going back to the entire reason that I created the Elder and Serana series was that exact reason right there, which is we are who we are for our past mistakes. We wouldn't be who we are. And I feel that the more pain and suffering and the more mistakes you make, the stronger of a person will be created. If you've never made a mistake and you've never had pain in your life, as soon as pain comes, you collapse. If you're used to it, if you're a strong person inside, that pain that you've felt your whole life is now like a shield or a suit of armor protecting you because you've seen it all before. And that was the inspiration of creating the Elder and Serana saga. That was my inspiration behind it. I really wanted to do that. Vampire bar. So don't forget, if you're on, just drop a hello so we know who's here. See people coming in and out all the time, so just drop in, hi, and know you're about. So still, like I say, I'll still have the draft of the Dr. Thorne story, and that will be being created when I come back. Voodoo Queen, who works with humans and supernatural beings. Her store called Reckoning. Story. I do love the old movies where they showcase the voodoo witch doctors and how they're controlling the minds, the souls of their zombies, and they put on the voodoo curse. The way they portray that in the older movies was really interesting. It's one of my favorite movies. It's not horror whatsoever, but it has an atmosphere. It has an atmosphere that really is way up here with other movies of that era. Called I Walked with a Zombie. Famous director. If only I knew, if only I could recall. I Walked with 1943. Val Luton. Produced by Val Luton, yeah. I Walked with a Zombie. The atmosphere of that film is so great. I've taken many an inspiration from that movie. So good. 1943, I Walked with a Zombie. There isn't really any horror or anything. It's just a pure atmospheric movie. So good. So good. What if the Voodoo Queen? I always have this bit covered up here. So I have a screen. What if the Voodoo Queen can turn humans into supernatural beings? What if Voodoo can turn them into zombies or the undead? So, I mean, so far in this universe they've been creating, the main protagonists being vampires, werewolves, and undead. You need to introduce some new characters, some new supernatural beings. It's just difficult. I mean, demons is awkward. It's possible. It's awkward. I love the idea of a mad scientist. And ran out a small village and created supernatural beings. Humans to be different like him. I love the idea, and I'm going to do so. I've got this as a my draft somewhere. For the mad scientist, you can see it where I was going. I'd Winter, obviously stealing the set. I love that person whose superior knowledge is both good and bad. We talked about this before. So yes, I really want to do something with that. A fine vampire book that he wrote was called They Thirst, written by Robert R. Cameron. I've not read that one. If you have a look into that. I like the vampire if it's portrayed. I don't like the vampire portrayed as a nice, handsome chappy. I like the vampire portrayed as parasitic. Igor character, indeed. Mad scientist must have an Igor. Was it Bela Lugosi that played Igor? Who played Igor? Who played Igor in Frankenstein? Who played? There was no Igor character in Frankenstein. Igor is a character played by Bela Lugosi, isn't an assistant. Okay. a nightclub for vampires called Darkness Runs Red. You've seen the movie Blade, where they have that nightclub and all dance around, all blood's coming down from the ceiling and sprinklers. Did you watch TV show The Strain? The Strain. Vampire. I did watch some of it. I'm not actually a big TV watcher. I did watch some of it. Love that scene from Blade. Yes, awesome. So I see that Blade, Wesley Snipes, is actually in the new Deadpool movie. Making a return. Did like the Blade movies, but then I did like the Blade comics as a child. Blade and Dracula and Morpheus. Who's Morpheus? Yeah, there were some interesting comics for sure. I still love the old Dracula comics. Of course. Have you seen the covers for the old Dracula? We had Dracula comics here in the UK, and the covers were so magnificently drawn. Incredible. And good memories. Morpheus. Is it Morpheus? Morbius? I have to look now. Morbius. Let the color red represent vampires are nearby. They are, use that because they are secret vampires. I did actually watch the movie Morbius. I didn't really like it. Too much. Yes. That's the covers for those are incredible. If only I'd have saved them. If only I'd have saved those. I remember as a child, I had stacks. Oh, I think we give them to the charity shop. Oh. Yeah, Tomb of Dracula. Just looking at some of the covers online now. It's amazing. Zombies. The curse started in small town and greedy over gold rush era. How is Dr. Thorne's story coming? I think I finally got all of your videos watched. Waiting for more. Brenda Storm, welcome. It's coming. It hasn't actually started. The draft. I have the draft because I needed to do the master. Obviously, you've got a master origins of the first vampire. Origins of the master. The first vampire. I've got part 1 out. Part 2, I have done all the writing, all the narrating. I'm just editing the video. I've done the first 10 minutes, and it's an hour long, so it's only going to be a 2-part because the first one's 45 minutes, next one's 1 hour. Hour 45 is, I think, enough. And that comes out. So make sure you watch that, the first vampire, because that has Dr. Thorne in there. In the last releases of everything I've done, I put little snippets about Dr. Thorne. Who is he? And I'm sure you've guessed who he is by now. But the draft is done. The draft. And by draft, what that means is it's the, what's going to happen, why it's going to happen, where is it connected, and then it's just a case of going in doing some writing, which is the easy bit. I think the writing is the easy bit. I cherish your videos so much. Sometimes I'll purposely delay watching the videos. I don't finish watching it too soon. Thank you so much, my friend. I think I'll need to get a full studio so we can push more stories out. It's so perfect. Thank you so much for what you do. Yeah, I think it's okay. Grew up in I grew up in places in London. First of all, in a place called Acton, and we moved over to a place called Greenford, and then so I moved all around London. So Ealing, where else we go? Hounslow. So I got all of the little accents, which is good. And now I've moved over to the coast here in the UK, near the coast in Norwich, which is East Anglia, on the east of England, which is so much quieter. Successful voice actor. Well, hopefully I get lots of people to watch these videos and will give me the success I'm looking for. I'm not really looking for success, really. I enjoy so much the creation of this myself. Like I've often said this, I'm a very selfish person, and I create the videos that I would like to see. I would want to see, for example, I want to see the first vampire, the master. I want to see this, so I create it. I've watched the first one, just waiting for the next one. I've been kicking around some ideas about Dr. Thorne, waiting for the real thing. Yes, it's going to be totally interesting. But like I was saying earlier, if he was on earlier, I am away for 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks. The Dr. Thorne series is not going to be starting until I get back. But in the meantime, I have uploaded some videos which you haven't seen yet, and on a schedule release, so that they get released while I'm away. I will try and go live. I can't promise it. I will try and go live while I'm away. Sunning myself. Yes, Dr. Thorne is going to be such an interesting story. The draft, it'll probably change. But the draft I have for it, once again, I said it so many times, you start to create. It leads into other things. You create so many different things, so many different ideas, so many characters. And the story arcs just expand and expand and expand and expand. And so while each of the recent sagas I've been putting out have had small snippets of Dr. Thorne in, each time I create a story, I have to change the draft of Dr. Thorne. And by the time I get around to doing it, I'm going to change it again for sure. But it's already looking quite interesting. But that's to come. I'll tell you the one to be excited about. Is part two. Part 2 of The First Vampire, Origins of the Master. Part 2 is an hour long. It's an hour long with the bits I took out that I felt was slowing the pace of the story down. And I really put some out of the box ideas. And that's the whole thing, the creation out of the box. So look for I'm gonna in the next few days. I've got to get out. I've got to get out by Wednesday because I fly off on Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday. So I'm not going to do any more today, but I will be on it tomorrow and Tuesday. So hopefully Wednesday it'll be done, and I'll upload it, and then it can schedule out for Wednesday. But definitely have that. Some really, really different ideas in there, and that's what I like, being different, thinking outside the box. It's great to just have the handsome vampire go around, kill people, and the woman falls in love with him, and yeah, amazing. That's not right. If you were a creature that needed to feed on the lifeblood of others, you wouldn't be a handsome creature. You're a parasite. So that's what I believe the vampire should be in this universe. What if Jack the Ripper was half werewolf? Jack the Ripper. I may have told you this before, but where I grew up, it was like 20 minutes away from Whitechapel. And I often used to go up and walk around the areas of the sites of Jack the Ripper. And then I'd go to the Madame Tussauds, where they had a replica of the streets of Jack the Ripper. And then head over to the London dungeons, where they also had the Jack the Ripper in there. And that whole it's the whole mystique of it, and the old London streets, the fog, the not knowing who it is. That's the mystery of Jack the Ripper. I truly believe. But if he's a werewolf, maybe that's why they couldn't catch him. Perhaps Jack the Ripper was an elder. He dived into the shadow to escape every time. A story about a hand-like curse of a criminal who was punished. I love the idea of that. I love the idea of the hand. There's that great movie with Peter Lorre, The Beast with Five Fingers. Once again, not so much horror in there, but the atmosphere. And I believe that's what's truly important in any story, film, is the atmosphere of the story. Like your vampires are gruesome, not pretty boys. Crystal Lee was my favourite vamp. He had one name, Blood. Yes, indeed. I am a huge, huge Christopher Lee fan. Huge. Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Vincent Price. These three, and I do like Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Peter Lorre, of course, John Carradine. These are amazing, amazing actors, who really brought this world to life. People like me and you. They did so much to bring us this world of these tales. We are forever in their debt. Forever in their debt. I believe I have met pretty much all of Christopher Lee's horror, and definitely all of Peter Cushing. Great Peter Cushing fan. But I share the same birthday as Peter Cushing as well. Not the same year, but the same month and date. Of course. What is Lon Chaney Jr. Some of the names I could add to. You could go for a huge list. There's a huge list. It's definitely at the very top for me as a personal, and of course, personal. Everyone has their own taste. Definitely a Peter Cushing fan. But then some of my favorites don't. Some of my favorite movies don't have these actors. People say, "What is your favorite movie?" Like favorite atmospheric movie is the Night of the Demons. Got to be close to the top. It's such an amazing film. Dana Andrews, incredible atmosphere. But then you have Peter Cushing in From Beyond the Grave, and that film could be either. So, but different eras. Christopher Lee played everybody. He played the best characters. The best characters. We got what is a fog? Is it on spirit to help warn humans of danger nearby? Here's essence of travel for supernatural beings. There's something in the fog. Although I do like like I said before, those atmospheric films where you have the streets of London and the fog, and there's something in there. That whole atmosphere is really what makes it, what gives you that. What's in the fog? I don't know. I think that's why the Jack the Ripper legend is so sticks in our minds. Mermaids, and they are vampires who live underwater, lakes or oceans. Nowhere is safe. The vampire mermaid. Yeah, he did. And he played Nephis in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. It's a pretty good, more recent vampire movie. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night is a pretty good, more recent movie. Okay. I must admit, I don't watch many movies from the new one. Maybe I should. So if you mention films, oh, you must watch this, you must watch that. I don't really watch any new films. I don't have like Netflix or anything like that anymore. I got rid of it all. What if mountain are homes for giants? Not going to say anything about giants. Yes, Gal. I was just getting it up. Gal. Who walks home alone at night? Okay. The girl who I got out. You got out. It looks interesting. It's in black and white. The Amazon forest is the heart on there. Hold on. Get my screen up. Forest is all supernatural and it's not for humans. Not for humans. So we need to think like what other creatures, supernaturals, do we need to work on? I've got vampires, I've got werewolves, I've got the undead. Throw some in for me. Let's throw some in. We got mermaids mentioned. Vampires, Greek gods. There's some supernatural creatures. Some supernatural creatures. We've got ghosts, witches, warlocks, mad scientists. I like mad scientists. I like the idea of it. It's got to be a mad scientist coming from Professor Shadow at some point. The hand, the crawling hand. How about half Greek gods like Rick did his movie? Rick Riordan. Mummies. Mummies, yes. Do like the mummies does sound cool. The idea, it's a great series of Universal movies, wasn't there? The Mummy, the Mummy's Hand, the Mummy's Ghost. These were great stories. But then there was that movie we spoke about earlier called Waxworks, and they had a mummy scene in that. And that was actually pretty. A small scene, but it was pretty full on. Mummy, like invincible. Imhotep. Imhotep. So Imhotep was the. Was that the mummy in Boris Karloff one? I can't remember. The mummy. Imhotep, yeah. Imhotep. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it. Imhotep. There is that whole thing, isn't it? I mean, the Egyptian mythology is quite scary. Yeah, I mean, just the dog head, the black dog head. I mean, that's like, if you saw that, it'd be crazy. Ghouls. Ghouls. Funny enough, there's a Boris Karloff movie called The Ghoul as well, isn't there? Ghouls, Ghosts, Banshees. I think ghosts are good, but They're more like the scare type thing because how do you defeat? You couldn't have a vampire versus a ghost. Maybe you can. Never say never. Black cats. Cats. Cat creatures. Ghouls, yes. Headless horseman. Excellent. I like the idea of ghosts, but I think the ghosts have to be like the set. It's different the way that comes out. Ghouls are almost like zombie type characters, aren't they? Like eat eat the victims, grave robbers and flesh eaters. Banshees. I did do a banshee one. I did do a banshee one. But they thirst from the okay. Angels. Angels and demons. Thing is, as soon as I do anything that has like a god theme, or angel theme, or a demon theme, I have so many people message me saying I shouldn't be blasphemous. Not that I care too much. Come from a planet called Galaxy Far, Far Away. Nice. Yeah, the Egyptian mythology. I mean, I'm not an expert in it at all, but the way that they perceive the life after death, is, and the god of death they have is crazy. Form of genie with more freedom. Jinn, yes. I've seen some stories before about jinn that like are in haunted houses, and it's jinns that do it, especially from Japan. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go and create. I want to create a different. I did quite a few ghost stories. Um, I have done a Banshee one. I've done ghouls. What else do we have? Mummies. Mummies is staring at me for some reason. It's it's hanging on me. Yeti. A Yeti. I like the idea of a Yeti as well. I do like the idea of a Yeti. If it's done right. If it's done right. There's that movie. What's that movie? I watched a few years ago, and it was about like a Bigfoot like creature, and it was like first person camera. When it was actually really good. Actually sat and watched the whole thing. Normally, sometimes I get bored if they're newish, but I sat and watched the whole thing. I can't remember what it's called. Um, that's actually pretty good. Sorry, I can't. Don't even know what to put in the search engine. I can't remember what it's called. Uh, person. Willow Creek went that. Exists. I think it was exists. Could be. I'm sure. Yeah, I think it was exists. I think so. not 100% sure. But it's actually pretty good. Oh my. Is that the one where they have the photograph? They have the photograph, and in distance you see the Yeti creature. It's like the last photo in the camera is that the Yeti creature. I think that's the one. Die. Let's get photos. Yes, it is the one. That is the one I was talking about. Or thinking about. This one. Let me share it. No. Like that. Look at that. So isn't that the last photo in the camera or something? Wasn't it? Got that? Imagine picking up the camera and seeing that. Scrooge sold his soul for wealth. And it sells their soul without knowing it. Must deliver over their souls or will be taken for good. Good. I feel we're getting ready to wrap up. Make a story based off that creature in that photograph. Yeah, it'd be crazy. So ones that are standing are mummies and yetis. I've got so many to do to finish up before we get there, but it's nice to have a plan for the future. So, wrapping this up, look out in the next few days, definitely by Wednesday, for the second installment of The First Vampire. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this one. I thought a little bit out of the box, mixed so many mythologies, etc., to create the story. And I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. So look out for that. And then over the course of the days that I'm off, there will be releases of videos, which are some compilations and some new videos to hopefully keep you entertained while I'm away. So don't forget, more than likely, I'm going to say I'm not going to be here, but I'll try to pop on live just to say hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. Of course, if I do something you don't like it, please tell me, because I want to create things that we enjoy. Story for 7 Deadly Sins. Thank you so much, friends. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I feel it's just the age I grew up and the fact that I have attention deficit disorder, which means I have to, when I do something, I have to to finish it. And as soon as I get an idea, I have to work on it. I feel that helps. So a lot of times we're told sometimes our weaknesses do not aid us, but in the long run, no matter who we are, we have gifts that are used for our own benefit. We just need to know how to use those gifts. But I will get working on the first Vampire 2 as of tomorrow, and I will get it out before I go. So really, personally, I want to see the end result as well. I like to put it on with the video and the sound, and listen to it back to make sure the story's right. And I want to hear that, and that's why I create, because I enjoy hearing the stories. They're stories that I want to hear, but of course they don't exist, so I have to create them in order to hear them. Broadcast warning that supernatural something going to happen. What about Mothman? So we've got a broadcast warning that something supernatural is going to happen, but we don't know what. And we see the Mothman because I know it's going to be something destructive. The Mothman supposedly always comes out when there's going to be an incident. On that note, my friends, I really want to thank you so much today for joining me here in this shadowy environment. And hopefully I can come to you live by the pool, which would be intriguing. It would be a different. Imagine like maybe I'd go somewhere in the swamp, Florida, find the swamp man. Thank you so much again for joining me this evening, and for all your comments, all of your likes and your shares, and everything you do to help me continue to be able to explore my passion, which is creating these stories for you and for me. Thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening, and your ideas. Thank you. You don't realize that your ideas do guide me. On that note, my friends, I am going to go. I'm not disciplined, not going to work on the first Vampire Part 2 today. I need a break. Thank you so much. I love these maps. Excellent. Very nice to chat with you. Love everyone here. Yes, it's great to build this and see this. See, I can't personally see you, but see your names flash up and your ideas, and I get to know a little bit more about you, which is great. On this note, friends, this is the end of the stream, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care.